Hi, I'm Nikki Woods, and we're going beyond the studio on blackamericaweb.com with a fascinating individual, as I have learned. His name is Avehre, and welcome.
Thank you.
Thank
It's
you for
great to
being
be
here.
here.
He's a new artist, and you come with some pretty powerful people behind you. At least one person.
I'd like to hope that.
Yeah, Gladys Knight kind of discovered you and
Yes.
has you are now her protege.
Yes.
And we actually had her on the show not too long ago talking about her music, and she could not stop talking about you.
I was actually there with her when she was on one
Oh,
time, so I was just
awesome!
cheesing.
Yeah, really. So
Yeah.
tell me, how did you kind of get connected to Gladys, and how did this whole relationship develop?
A friend of mine who actually sings with Mrs. Knight, she's been singing with her for about 4 years,
Mm-hmm.
reached out to me because I'm a songwriter. She knew that I had access to a lot of singers and knew a lot of good people who, were performers. And she said, hey, there's an audition coming up. She didn't ask me to audition. She said, I know you know singers. You should send one of your friends, have somebody send in a tape. So I reached out to a couple people and tried to get them to send in tapes like, hey, this is a great opportunity. I know someone
Right.
in the camp. You might want to jump on this. None of them sent tapes. And so my wheels got to turn. I said, well, I sing a little bit. Maybe I should audition.
You
And
sing a little bit?
at the time, I was really focused more on songwriting and
Uh-huh.
vocal producing.
Right.
And so I submitted a tape, and a couple of days later, Mrs. Knight asked me to come in and do a live audition in Vegas with her. And so it was kind
Wow.
of crunch time. She was preparing for a 30-city tour.
Right.
And I got hired about a week later, and it just happened. Right
So,
timing.
so when did you start with your music career? Is it something that you knew, like from a very young age, that you wanted to pursue?
It was something that I wanted to pursue growing up in church, being involved in music
Mm-hmm.
ministry, but I never really thought about being an artist. I was really comfortable just doing the songwriting
Mm-hmm.
thing. I think that for me was enough of a platform and enough of a way to reach. My philosophy was always, as a songwriter, you can reach so many different genres. As an artist, you're gonna always be that artist. But if I write for a Katy Perry or this person, that person, I have a way for my voice to be heard in different
In
markets.
different markets.
But I guess God
Oh
had a different
well,
plan.
right. Oh well, when
Oh well,
Gladys says come on.
you don't say no. You hop
So
on
what
that train.
so what is the plan? Because I know you're doing something really special for the holidays, and I want to talk about that. But what is the plan now for you? It's the new album coming.
Mrs. Knight has me
Mrs. Knight.
working on a new album with the Artist Refinery. I'm signed to the Artist Refinery in Phoenix with super producer Blaze.
Oh,
And so
cool.
that's been an amazing platform for me as well. And between the
Do
two
you
of
have
them,
songwriter producer fights?
we do have
Yeah.
songwriter. I think everybody has to have that. That's when you know it's real.
Right.
If you're not fighting, I mean, you're not really working on something good.
Okay.
So yeah, we have those fights, and Blaze or Mrs. Knight would say, change this or fix this. So um, for me, the plan is definitely to pursue artistry full force, and with the push of the Artist Refinery and Mrs. Knight, it's kind of all happening like right now. So just
Really?
hopping in it
So
and
what's like the biggest thing that's changed for you since this whole thing has come
oh
about?
man, the rigorous schedules and
Mm-hmm.
being a studio rat, you kind of wake up when you want, and you're in one place.
Mm-hmm.
But to be in a different city every day, like this is our fourth stop this week alone, and it's making sure the time management piece is in order,
Mm-hmm.
and just being able to present yourself as an artist. So
Right.
thinking about how you're dressing, how you're talking,
Yeah, I
it's a
saw a
lot
picture of
different.
you and I was like, okay, it was really colorful.
Really?
So I didn't know what I was going to get today.
Uh-huh.
So I was like, I'll wear black and jeans in case, I don't want too much going on.
Just in case.
So is that a way also that you express yourself?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I love fashion. I love to express myself through the clothing and stuff like that. So now to be able to do it as an artist is a lot more fun.
Are you familiar with DJ Cassidy?
I've heard of DJ Cassidy.
Have you seen
Yes.
him? Pictures of him?
Yes.
Okay, I was like, we're going to have two of them because he was here
Uh-huh.
earlier today.
Oh wow.
I was like, we're going to have two in one day.
Oh
Two-
man.
Yeah.
I missed them.
Yeah, he's performing with Usher, so
Oh,
they came.
sweet.
They're coming through Dallas
That's
tonight, so it
awesome.
was really interesting. So, but I thought about you and
Yeah.
I thought about him too. So,
He's great.
yeah. So tell us about because you're doing something with the Ronald McDonald House,
Yes.
and for the holidays, and then I want to talk about the single. But tell us how that came about and why it's so important that you do that.
Ronald McDonald House is something growing up I always heard about, and I thought it was so amazing that they provided a safe haven for families
Mm-hmm.
when when their children are going through different transitions with their health and it's a place where the families can come together. They do a dinner every night to kind of bring all of
Yeah.
the families together. So it's really about community to me, and I think that that's really an amazing thing that that they're doing, and a lot of companies don't do that. So it's great to be involved in something like that.
Yeah, I know. I went and I took a tour of St. Jude
Mhm.
in Nashville, Memphis, Tennessee.
Mhm.
It's in Tennessee.
It's somewhere in Tennessee.
But Ronald McDonald House supports them
Yeah.
there, and I actually got to take a tour of one of the houses and
Wow.
see how they operate, and
Yeah.
it's just amazing
Yeah.
that they say we don't care who you are, we don't care how much
Come
money
in,
you just come
whatever
on
you
in,
need. Yeah,
whatever we
that's-
got you. So that's amazing that you support them. And how are you supporting them?
just to go by and show support and speak to some of the families, speak to some of the kids,
Mm-hmm.
give them a hug. I know that there's a lot of people in there that have ambition to do other things, and maybe their health makes them feel that they can't, go out and be a singer or go out and. So I
Right.
want to let them know that roadblock that it's not going to stop you. Like you're still able to do it,
Oh,
and give them
that's
that
awesome.
encouragement.
So tell us about the holiday single.
The holiday single is called Starfield Sky. I also wanted to do some familiar music, so we did Give Love on Christmas Day, which was a remake of the classic from the Jackson
I was gonna say
5.
that's a tough one to do too.
Yeah, that was a pretty tough one.
Yeah.
And then of course, Mrs. Knight discovered the Jackson 5, so it was it was an
right.
added pressure, her presenting me and
Right.
then having presented them, and for that to be the first thing that people would hear from me, it was an added pressure. But I thought it was a great way to show tribute to them. So I hope people enjoy
Absolutely.
it.
So how can people find out more about you? I know you're all over social media.
All over social media. Definitely visit Avehre.com. It's Avehre.
Spell it right.
Make sure you spell it right. And I'm also on Twitter. I am Avehre. And on Instagram. Definitely follow me.
I love your Instagram.
Thank
So
you.
tell me how because I think you're doing something special with one of your singles, with a download.
Yeah. So for the Give Love on Christmas Day, it's available for free download now at the website www.avehre.com.
All right. Well, congratulations
Thank
and
you so
good
much.
luck. I
Thank you
can't
for
wait to
having me.
see how this all pans out.
Yes.
And I'm going to go get my free download.
Get your free download. Pass it on to a couple
Do it
people.
as soon as we get off here. I'm Nikki Woods. We've gone beyond the studio with Avehre on blackamericaweb.com.